Hey y'all, we are here with Pay the Toll Boxing, and this is your girl, the real Swaggy P.
I'm not agreeing with it, but I get it, man. I guess I gotta. This is the point to where we gotta make ourselves more comfortable since Chat GPT told us we was having too much basic conversation. Shoot, we adjust the camera while I'm here. Chat GPT is a hater. Hey, man, how y'all doing? Welcome to Pay the Soul Boxing, another episode. My name's Foreman,
I'm twin.
and I'm gonna loosen the restraints on us for a little while. I'm pretty curious to kind of see about all of this. Is it gonna be funny? Probably, probably. Nonetheless, how you feeling? We had a good week. We had a good week of covering in boxing. And I'll let you feeling straight, bro.
Yeah, another day, another quarter. I don't make a dollar, so
You, yeah. No, I can say a quarter for sure. The new tariffs is finna come out and finna make a dime. Shoot.
yeah, if that.
Yeah, it's been a thing crazy. Nonetheless, don't forget, shop at Thanks for Playing. Shout out to the guys at thanksforplaying.com. All the fighters, they got a new fighter we gotta go check out. Actually, they just signed up, so we gotta go check that boy out. Um, yeah. With that being said, anything else crazy going on in the world, bro?
Nah, just up in DC.
Yeah, pretty much. That ain't stupid. Nonetheless, here goes the intro, and boom.
Southern.
All right, man. Like I said, we like screwed around, bro. But we gotta talk. We like to talk like we talking with just me and you and not people watching. Man, all right, bro. Goddamn Fundora done dropped the belt, bro. He gonna vacate from the purse bid that was due for this Friday. It was scheduled to be in Vegas this Friday. He gonna drop the WBO belt, effectively making Xander Zayas available to fight for the vacant 154-pound belt. Before we get into the fallout, or not fallout, because that's a terrible word. Before we get into the repercussions of all that, Fondora's gonna look into fighting Tim Tszyu for a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro. Okay. Here's why it's some bullshit. You won. People can say what they want to say about, oh, if the blood didn't happen, if the cut didn't happen, and I hear that. I'm not even gonna disagree with you. I hear that. But you know what? You still had the opportunity to go win the fight, and he didn't. Simple as that, bro. Them cuts and all that shit, that is a part of the fight game, bro. That happens. That's it. That shit happened. It did happen. You ain't got to go prove nothing else. Go close out this division. Go knock it out, bro. If the money is better over there because you didn't trust the purse bid, go with that, whatever. But that's bullshit to me.
After they got past round 4, hey, the name of his insurance, Tim Tszyu insurance, was your fault. They could have stopped their fight,
They
but
could.
so Fundora
Yep.
knew Sebastian never give us the fight we want. Fundora, that's his name, because he'll never give me the fights that we want.
I'm not mad at him for not getting for the Spence fight. We found that out from Samson that we knew Earl kept pushing the dates back on that.
No,
So I ain't mad at him for that. I'm not
no,
mad at Fundora for that.
I ain't mad at him for that, but he could have fought Bud.
He could have fought. Dad, you could have pushed it. I don't know who fault it is. Bud just went ahead and said, "Nah, forget it." Obviously, he going for Canelo now at that point since he couldn't get the 54 fight that he wanted at that time. But yeah, bro, I'm kind of upset with that. And the real loser out of this, the real loser, I know who kicking himself now for real, is Charles Conwell out of this. He hurt. Because all he had to do was win that last fight, and then, man, he right there inside of it. So, and now that is exactly who Xander Zayas is fighting uh for that vacant 154-pound belt. So I know Conwell kicking himself. With damn that shit, sometimes you just gotta win the fight, bro. Win the
Yeah,
fight.
it was there for him, but uh, man, that division is so wide open now.
Right. But it's wide open with talent though. It ain't
Yeah,
like it's wide, it ain't like it's wide open with nobody's in there. It's talent
not,
inside of that division for sure.
not how my boy Virgil looked last fight. Psh,
It's
oh,
talent inside of it, it's talent inside of that division through and through. So we cool with that. Now let
I,
me
w-
slide to back to
I,
Fundora with
I,
dropping this belt.
I will say I don't
Mm.
think Tim Tszyu is the same.
No, I don't believe that
So
either.
I'm not excited for this fight.
I'm not gonna
Like,
disagree with you. I don't think he is either. Even when
like,
he fought Bachram in that fight before this last one, he got hit and was doing this thing.
hmm like you said, if it was in Australia, it might be a different story because he at the house.
But if they put this fight in America, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
Mm.
Uh, Xander is going to go fight for the vacant 154. So kudos to Xander. He's going to attempt to win his first championship here for the young Puerto Rican. That's good for him. That's great for his brand. Perez, who he's fighting, he's had, like we said the last time, he's been through some tough decisions in his previous careers where he could have, should have probably won, but didn't get the nod on those fights. So shout out to him for getting those fights. The other part of this 154 is Bakum. Now, I'm really interested how we went from Tim Zoo to Keith Thurman hype going from that point from the world. We was cool with it. And then all of a sudden now it's leaving Thurman out the way. So now do we get Bachman Thurman? And where in the living life is Jamel Charlo in the middle of all of this?
APB out on that boy. I don't know where Charlo is.
I
Like,
mean, I get it. You enjoying some money. I ain't mad at you enjoying your money, my boy. But hey, bro, boys out here getting active, and I need you to show up.
I mean, do I? I don't get it.
Yes,
I,
yes,
I,
yes, we do. We do.
I
We do need. He was the last undisputed
no, 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 no.
154 champion.
I
I
don't.
need to see it.
No, I don't get him sitting, spending the money and relaxing or whatever he taking time out. I don't get that. Like,
Oh,
nah. Like,
I
if
mean,
you,
you get
if
you
you,
get the Canelo money for, I don't know, maybe you can hang out for a year. I give you a year with that for sure. A year is all I got.
man, you gonna be like, what's my man's name that beat AB and then fought?
McDonald, your
Yeah,
screen went out.
yeah.
Your screen went out.
God damn it! Talk about damn Manchester or something, man. I don't know. I'm just talking. But
Yeah.
you gonna be like McDonald, nigga, yeah. Call it quits then if you gonna go
Well,
do that.
McDonald had AB and then he had two Floyd fights. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. He did call it out the way. But uh, so with that, I mean, we got Bachram got that other belt. Fandor got the three, and then Virgil and Magic. I guess Virgil's still out there. Uh, Bullshup's fighting Mikael Fox coming up here soon. That's another contender. Some more contenders coming up.
So let me circle back to something that get on my nerves. So I'm not talking about the money part of boxing. I'm not talking
Mm-hmm.
about the promotional part of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
You become a champion,
Yeah.
you are obligated to the sport of boxing to either one, defend your championship, or at least give us the fights we want. If you're not going to defend it, go to a catchweight or anything like that. But you're obligated to give the people who put you in this position, because the fans pay the bills, whether you like it or not, and give them the fights they want and defend your title. Going missing for a year or two, like what are we doing? Like
Nah.
that's one of the reasons. Add in the bad promotion and the TV deals that fall through and things like that, and the judgments and how the judges act, like that's one of the reasons why boxing got to the state it was in.
They don't see them boys enough. The judges don't see you enough. They don't remember your style enough, and they see too many fights and styles all the time to really be like, maybe. Uh, yeah, they do. They you owe it to your society. You owe it to society. To get that. So I'm gonna agree with you though. Now I'm gonna agree with you on all of that. Uh, what they gonna do? I don't know, bro. I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm really. Today really kind of irked my nerves with that. That with him dropping the title, I thought he was gonna go through and fight Xander because this goes on to something that we're gonna talk about later. But this goes on to directly like why boxing is the greatest sport of all time because of the storylines to go into it. You know what I'm saying? And that was a chance for Xander to prove it against somebody who's been a proven champion twice and say, you know what, Xander really is like that. That denies us of a story to tell for the history books of boxing. But you know what? That's all I got for 154, bro. That's it.
Hey, man, boys got to be careful because now you start walking that line. And Caleb Plant tweeted something about the other day. Basically, was saying your record ain't shit if you ain't fighting the best. What you doing?
But you ain't did nothing. If you ain't proved it, you ain't did shit. And Caleb ain't wrong either. So Barker been trying to find a fight. I ain't mad at him. He been chasing somebody, so maybe Thurman to go see about it. We'll see shit. That's a stupid ass thing. I tried to stop it. I guess. Oh well, I guess we're going back. All right. Now here we are for this past weekend. Boxing done properly. I think let me that's the first part of what this sport is, of what sport is. I ain't gonna say this sport. This is the perfect part of sport in general. Boxing main events cards. Boxing and wrestling are first cousins, hands down. Without WWE wrestling, let me say that they're first cousins as it relates to we got to build a storyline, we got to have that. You had a storyline 25 years in the making play itself out on this past Saturday in England. Chris Eubank Jr. Sorry, Chris Eubank Sr. and Nigel Benn had a fight 25 years ago that echoes through the history books of British boxing and British boxing, because it was a big British fight and just a big fight in general, even 25 years ago. That echoed 25 years later to the sentiments and fell down upon their sons. They talk about the sins of the father fall heavy on the sons, but the blessings of both fathers fall right back into the sons. And what you had leading up to the fight on this past Saturday was the cultivation of a lot of things in the country to sit there and say this is the most beautiful thing we've ever seen. Because throughout all the drama Eubank and his daddy had leading up to the fight, his daddy shows up. His daddy walks him out ringside, cheering him on. Nigel being right there with Conor, cheering him on. Both of them. And then not only did they go out there and fight, they had the best goddamn fight of the year damn near so far. That right there is what happens when boxing is done correctly. I can't think of anything more magical, uh, American history wise, for something like that. Yeah, I even say when George came coming back at 45 winning the titles box, the closest thing I can think of American wise.
Yeah. And on top of that, it was a good fight.
It was. That's what even when they daddies fought, a good fight. That's what makes that's what made all of that perfect Saturday. All of that went perfect Saturday simply because it was a great fight. Some people are gonna look at that fight and say, Ah man, but they wasn't the best skill. That was the perfect skill level from the both of them to mesh and have the fight that they had. You can't recreate that kind of magic. It's that
Yep.
kind of magic will never be recreated, dog. Never be recreated. Because it was so
So
much. They don't like each other, as it was. And then you add on top of the fact that, you know what, this is for king of the country. We going for it. And they sat right there in front of each other and did it, bro.
I need to address Mr. Ben. I'd like to apologize because well, I didn't think you're gonna win, but I didn't think you were gonna look that good either.
Correct.
I didn't think
Correct.
you fare that well. So the will and the heart that he showed, man, I gotta tip my hat to that man for that. Um, but like you were saying, every boxing match is not wonderful skill versus wonderful skill. Um,
Mm-hmm.
in a fight like that, it turns out to be will versus will. And what
Mm-hmm.
we saw in that ring, especially in the later rounds, like Eubank Jr. had no legs. He didn't have
Mm-hmm.
legs for shit, but he
Mm-mm.
was still in there throwing. Both of them were still in there throwing. You seen Conor Benn get hit with a left hook. And I know Roy Jones, I know it was you, Roy, that got Eubanks Jr. throwing that check left hook and the lead off left hook. I seen it. I seen how I saw how he was getting it off. I said, that's Roy. But yeah, Ben ate a few of them, and I'm like, oh, and he still kept going. Willpower.
That's it. Sometimes, sometimes that's just the name of the game. It's just will. That's how boxing is. Is my will bigger than yours? That's that. At the end of the day, that's what it turns out to. Because if, regardless of skill, if my will is gonna tell me I'm not losing, then that's what's happening. Uh, you brought it. You brought up a great point talking about uh high skill level versus high skill level. The thing is this was the perfect skill level for everybody to be able to watch and comprehend. Because usually we'll see fights that are for two guys that might be so highly skilled that people can't comprehend every little thing that is going on in the ring. Some people are gonna miss the fact that, yeah, oh, he missed his jab. No, he didn't. He hit that clavicle on purpose. Oh, he missed that right hand. Did he? Or was that him to get him to lean that way while he threw the second punch? Oh, he missed that left hook. Did he? Or was that the way to get him to go lean that way and throw the uppercut? Did he miss that right hook for this left to the back? What? There's so many different things from two high level guys that people cannot comprehend unless you've been in the damn ring to understand what they did. But these two fellas right here, they met dead in the middle of will and will. Sure, the jabs are there, the straights are there from both guys. The bodies, the basics are there. But then after a while, the basics stop going away and then it goes on instinct. Then Eubanks throwing the hook to the body, ducking under. Same thing for being hooked, ducking under. That's instinct. That is nothing but fight instinct. That's it. So everybody could watch that fight on Saturday and understand what what does Will look like. Will looks like this. Round 12. Last 35 seconds. That's what Will looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of who won, I appreciate both of those men for doing that. And even in on the undercard, it was even better for the undercard because you had McKenna and Liam Smith, one the old champ trying to get himself, and then the young man trying to prove himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's boxing done correctly, bro.
Boxing won. That's who won.
Boxing, absolutely. The history books, 100% won. Boxing done correctly looks exactly like that, bro. That's a good. That's what you call a boxing card. That is a boxing card, bro. Shout out, shout out to everybody in England for giving us a great damn fight, a great damn day/night of boxing, bro. Appreciate y'all. All right, bro. We made it to the Super Cinco weekend. Oh, I like this Super Cinco. I'm going to keep. We made it to the Super Cinco weekend, my boy. Uh, Friday night at Times Square, Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, and Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza. We made it to a historic fight night in New York. You know, so many historic fight nights in New York. We made it to a new one. Uh, Opening Times Square, first time ever something like this is gonna happen. All right, bro. Now we can talk about it. Leandro Barboza, Teofimo. What you think?
My natural instinct is to go with Tio. I believe
Mm-hmm.
is the better talent, more accomplished boxer. But that being said, sometimes Tio steps in that ring and he ain't Tio. I don't know who he is, but he ain't the best version of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, he get in trouble. And then you got him questioning if he still got it. Or then you got him getting a decision, which 95% of the boxing world don't think he should have got the decision on anyway. So I want to go with T.O. I think I'm gonna lean that way anyway. New York, bright lights, big card, and plus if he lose this, I don't know where he go. So I
That's
think
also true.
I'm gonna roll with T.O.
Okay. I'm gonna take the underdog on this one. I'm gonna take the underdog on this one the same way it happened for Cambosos. Not, I understand the causes around that fight, with them losing the person, the purse beads and all that stuff like that. But Cambosos went out there the same. Cambosos is the same kind of underdog, had the same journey as as Leandro Barbosa had. I had to go fight every single tough fight. He just came off of fighting Catterall. He had to go get that. He went to Catterall's home to go get that in order to be in this position that he's in right here. I don't think he's mentally ready to lose. I don't think so. He also does not like Teofimo. So here we are again with another version of Will. He slapped him at the weigh-in. That usually don't go too well for nobody at that.
Mhm.
Chris Eubank, the only one that could say recently, I slapped the man in the weigh-in with an egg and I got away with it. And I won the fight.
But
So yeah.
you you also run into what we were kind of getting at in some form or fashion earlier. Barbosa fought more recent than Tio.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get into the whole ring rust.
He's
Hasn't
in
been
he's in rhythm.
so like
He
that's
learned he's in rhythm.
why you see, in my opinion, you see way more on percentage basis upsets nowadays than you did back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Because those fighters back in the day stayed active. These fighters will show up off a 17-month layoff and then lay an egg on some shit. And you're like, well, he was the favorite. He was supposed to win. Like, man, that man ain't fought in a year and a half or 2 years.
And this man 3.5 fights in, or 3 fights in right now. He 3 fights in that time frame that this dude been sitting up there chilling. His man body been ready to go for it. So yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, like I do get you saying conventional wisdom gonna tell you Tio, but another part of the theater of the unexpected tells me that give me Barboza for that.
I would
We've seen Tia Fimo in this position before, and he took that L.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Uh,
Wouldn't be
You
surprised.
know, I'm just taking the underdog on this one. Uh, Second fight of that night. Well, not the second fight. I think it's the third. Cause on the undercard prelims, we got the New York Fire Department versus the New York Police Department. So that's a 3 round fight right in there. So shout out to the Badgers for getting they fight on at Times Square. But Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. This is a very intriguing fight for both of those guys. I do think Jose Ramirez is just a tad bit past it from the previous wars and fights he's been in.
Mm.
However, he still is Jose Ramirez, and he can make this 100% very, very interesting and rough for Devin Haney because of how he fights. Who you got?
He could, but I'm gonna step out on the limb and say it how I feel like saying, y'all got Devin Haney fucked up.
There
My
you
boy
go.
show up and show out. And by round 8, it's gonna be a shutout after that.
Yeah.
But because
Okay.
y'all disrespecting my boy too much over that Ryan Garcia fight. I don't like that. And anybody that's watching this that ever talk box with me gonna be like, Twin ain't never been no Devin Haney fan like that. You right. But I kinda grew into one. So hey, my boy gotta show up for me. You know.
Well, the thing is, bro, it's not that I don't. Me and you both, we're not necessarily fans of fighters. I mean, yes, we do pick and choose who we care for a little bit more than the others. I'm not gonna shout out to Darius. We do
I
pick
was
and
just, I was
choose.
just about to say I was about to there he is.
Shout out to Darius who got a fight coming up, but nonetheless, uh, we we don't we choose who's good for the sport. I think that's what it is. Every fighter is good for the sport on every level. Because you know why? There's always going to always be a champion. There's going to always be a contender. But the one thing we always need is opponents. Somebody has to get those guys somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So all three levels of boxing are respected. Devin gets respected because, for me, it's always a respect thing. I don't care really not too much about the outside nonsense, but he showed up every night. Devin showed up. Hey, I want to fight the best. I want to get this fight. Okay, I'll take this deal to go do this fight. Okay, I want to. Oh, you want to fight? Let's do this. We can't say he didn't go out and try to get the fights.
Yep.
That's not something that we can't say. Devin did, and he
So
continues to do it.
So I did say earlier that I don't know where T.O. would go if he loses. Now Devin is the interesting case if he lost, simply because
Mhm.
T.O. kind of has the personality of like a say an Adrian Broner. He can talk himself into getting another fight.
This
He
is
can
true.
talk himself into viewership. Devin is he's quiet. So he doesn't have like that charisma to talk himself into getting another fight like that. T.O. on in that aspect, T.O. would be fine. Devin, on the other hand, he relies more on his work to talk for him more than he talks for himself. But he talk. Don't get me wrong, he talks, but he doesn't have like the attitude or the charisma of a T.O. that carries itself just alone outside of boxing.
I can agree there. I can agree there. Or the reason why Bill does talk like he does talk.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree there. Main event: Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. Hey, all jokes aside here, Ryan's hands are fast. Not gonna hold you. We know that. Well, hand is fast. Not gonna hold you. We know he can crack for sure. But Rolly Romero, for as crazy as he is, he really has never kind of lied as he talks about boxing. He said, remember, he's been in the ring with Ryan multiple times over. And he also said, hey, that old man, Ishmael, the one who he should have had that last week. He said he hit harder than Ryan. He hit it harder than anybody that he's ever been in the ring with.
Well, he should know because that old man was teeing off on his.
Correct. Correct. He said, and but that's why I can agree with what he said. He said, nah. He said, oh man, he's harder than Ryan. And I can't say I can't disagree with him because only one person can tell us that, and that's him. I do give him a puncher's chance simply because Ryan is there to be hit.
Yeah, I give him a puncher's chance because Ryan defense sucked. And if he going to start doing the Philly, that ain't even. I'm not gonna disrespect Philly. Um,
We're not gonna disrespect George Benton. I'm gonna always call it a George Benton shell. Sorry, it's not. That's just what it's gonna be for me.
Ryan Garcia shell because he got that all to himself. That version. So if he pull that shit out, anything can happen. But
Yeah,
only reason why I'm going with Ryan is because after Rolly got beat up by Tank, well, knocked out by Tank. Then he got beat up by the old man. He seems gun shy. He seems like he don't want to put out combos like he used to. He used to throw them. Now he kind of seems hesitant. And if that's the case versus Ryan, Ryan's gonna catch him because he's there to get hit too.
I can agree with that. So you saying Ryan gonna knock him out or what?
I hope that fight don't go to. I don't want to watch 12
I
rounds of
don't
that.
want to watch 12 rounds of it either, but I would like to see Roland Romero ruin everybody's plans tonight. Ryan Garcia out.
I mean, yeah, I could see it. The same time, like we did on the other fights. If Ryan loses, he'll be fine because he has that. He'll talk his way into another fight.
If
Whatever.
Devin
He'll
loses, it's a heavier detriment if Devin loses.
he'll jump to another weight class. He'll call out somebody. He got the social media following. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Rogan, on the other hand, he don't have that luxury. Like I mean, he does, but on a way smaller scale. Because Rolly can talk himself into some shit too. So
This might be his last look though.
yeah,
Yeah. Let's
we'll
see.
see.
Well, let me take that back. I apologize, Canelo. I did not mean to say F you if you did. If that did get clipped, I did not mean that. I'm not mad at him for going to get the belt back for his undisputed belt. The same way I'm not mad at Usyk going to back to get this belt back from Daniel Dubois. I think Usyk just got played in a bad situation where, hey, bro, I just won these belts. Like I had a rematch, I signed it, and y'all taking it, and Daniel Dubois got it. But Usyk won his belt back, and I can't do nothing but respect that. And Canelo wants his belt back. I can't do nothing but respect that at that same point. Do I like it? No. But am I also glad that their fight is in Saudi Arabia and not America? Yes. That fight is where it should be, and that's out the way.
Yeah, just like Canelo should get him out the way.
Give me 5. Nah, give me 6. Give me 6. Give me
No
6.
more, no more than 8.
Give me
Don't,
6.
no, don't make me sit through that shit.
Please
Not
don't.
8.
I would be pretty pissed off if I had to sit through that whole fight. I would be pretty pissed. So give
For
me.
for Usyk, some part of I want him to go back down. Like he's done. He went with Tyson Fury. If after you beat Dubois, you did what you had to do against Anthony Anthony Joshua.
Like,
Like I would like to just see him go back down like he originally said he would do, just to
I get
see.
it. I mean, I get it. The money is. I mean, it is what it is. The
Go
money
clean
came
up.
up, so he don't want to drop the belts. But the thing is, I'm also not mad at him for not going back down because all the belts aren't together at cruiserweight either. So I'm not mad. I think Overtime already got a fight coming up. Zero already does have a fight coming up as it is anyway. So it's not. I'm not mad at Usyk for not going, looking at the landscape and saying, "Oh no, if the belt was all together, I think he would have did it." But since they're not, you know, ain't no need for that. In a way, fight Sunday in Vegas against Cummins. In a way, the monster makes his way to Vegas. Boy, they're gonna be doing some gambling over there when the Japanese folks come in town, boy. Hey, Tiny already got pieced up by the feds. Oh, that was my manager doing the gambling. It wasn't me.
Mhm.
They're gonna do some gambling, but nonetheless, Otani should. I mean, not Otani. I'm so sorry. In a way, should handle business because he does have MJ to handle up on next after this fight. How long do you see that fight going?
3,
Ooh, nice. 3, 3.
3.
I say he might make it entertaining and give me 4. Give me 5. He might make it entertaining and give me 5. Hey, just give me 5. I'll take 5 on that for sure. I'm taking 5 on that.
Especially if his crowd travels and it's
Yeah, we finna find out. We're gonna find out now. We're gonna find out. I think that was a bad choice of a day. I get they wanted to make a whole weekend
I think it
of
was
it.
a choice of state. They should have went to Cali.
Yeah, I can agree there for sure.
The Asian
I think this should
the,
have been a California
the
game.
Asian population in Cali is way bigger. Like they should have just went to Cali.
I think that one should have been in LA for sure. I'm not I do think that should have been in LA. But, it just is what it is, I guess. Maybe they couldn't get what was it? SoFi Stadium? I can't remember the name of it.
Man,
Where they had the outdoor fight at. I can't think of the name of it
they
right now.
had option.
But they did have options, and I think they should have took one of them. Hell, if the Lakers know win, they could have been at Staples. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Staples. What is it? Crypto Arena,
Whatever it is.
whatever it is, Staples. Uh, yeah, one there they could have been at Staples. So, um, it is what it is. Ticket sales might be kind of iffy on the cool. I don't think it's gonna sell out the same way. I don't think it was marketed well either.
Mm-mm.
I think this is a pretty bad. This is pretty bad word. Now, I haven't seen. Obviously, we don't see a lot of the ads from the FBI agents that we would see if something was going on in the region near us. From like, I still see ads from Houston. I live in Dallas, and you still see stuff back and forth. Like, it ain't just hidden. So for all I know, people on social media and everywhere else could be seeing ads for that fight that way. For all I know.
Nah, I think they handled that bad. You don't bring him over there for this fight. Like if you when you bring him to the states now at the level he is now, you bring him for a big name, the
I
biggest.
think. Well, I don't even think necessarily a big name. What you do is you make a big undercard. Is what you do.
Or that.
You make a big undercard, and then you make it the main event for somebody he could go absolutely out there and wash. That way, it's like, boy, this was a banging card, and then he got the knockout. Like, man, that's how. Again, when boxing is done correctly, greatest thing you've ever seen. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate y'all watching this episode of Pay the Toll Boxing. Again, I am Foreman,
Twin.
and I think for now we might have to run away from the rounds because Chat GPT told me I don't know. Chat GPT is a hater. Don't know. But nonetheless, man, yeah, appreciate y'all. Like,
Yeah.
subscribe.
Any
Uh,
either way, y'all keep rocking with us. Keep watching, share, subscribe. You at work, you ain't doing nothing. Just hey man, just listen. And you ain't
yeah.
got just let it run. Give us some
You know
time.
what? I do need to save the audio and start putting it for on Spotify probably. I probably could. This might be the first Spotify episode. Yeah, this might be the first Spotify episode. Figure it out. Nonetheless, see y'all next week. We're gonna cut these back to once a week. I think that's better so we can get a whole bunch of topics in at once on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's better. We'll cut it down. I mean, we try to get y'all as much as we can. And in between that, we'll do other stuff. But appreciate y'all, man. All that other nonsense. And we probably finna start talking like y'all not hearing it's just me and him talking. So if shit get crazy, oh well, y'all just gotta deal with that. Especially if I get to talking like I normally talk today. I ain't.
Mm.
Yeah, what it is.